Hello, everybody. My name is Rolando Faro, and this is my American Dream. Thank you for joining me today. So last time we talked about a couple of things. Well, facing adversity and also having an open mind, which, in my opinion, is huge because you got to be open to new things, new ideas in order to get ahead. Especially in our world where technology changes so much. If we're dead set on our ways, we're not going to learn new things. But today I want to talk about something. Well, kind of a two-topic thing. One of it is do it, and the other one is putting in your time. And I think they go hand in hand. So I want to talk about, first of all, putting in your time. What does that mean? Well, Orlando, I go to work every day. I already put in my time. How much more do you want me to do? I'm not talking about that. If you're already working your butt off, awesome, great, I love it. What I'm talking about is, when you start a new job, 2 weeks into it, you feel like you need the corner office. Even though you don't know what the heck's going on, you don't know what you're doing, but you deserve that corner office because you've been working there for 2 weeks, even though you're only part-time. That's what I'm talking about, putting in the time. And also, do it. Just get out there and do it. How many times do we set goals? Do we have dreams that we put on hold because they might seem too long or too hard or it's a lot of work? I don't want to do that, Rolando. I have these goals, but man, look, I have to do all these things, 100 steps to get there. So what? Be happy that it's only 100 and not 1,000. That's, what I'm learning nowadays. As long as you get out there and do it, that's what matters. Putting in your time and doing it. So, let me give you a story. I remember when we first moved here, I went to a school, I had to learn English, obviously. And those of you that speak English, you don't know how easy you have it. English is incredibly hard to learn because it has rules, but nobody follows them. But that's for another time. For right now, we're going to talk about, putting in your time and doing it. So when we came here, I discovered American football. Wow, what a sport. In El Salvador, you had was soccer and other sports, but nothing like football. First time I saw football, I fell in love with it. So, 7th grade, the new school we moved, new school that I went to, they had flag football. It wasn't tackle, but it was flag, You had your linemen, you had receivers, the tight end, the quarterback, and the running back, And it was set up the same way, except that instead of tackling, you had flags, you wore mouthpieces, but that was about it. So I fell in love with this. I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I went out and I joined the school team. And the first week I drilled, I ran, I did everything that the coach asked. So finally, because the season started a little later, the coach came out with the rosters of who was going to start and who wasn't. Lo and behold, I wasn't starting. I was like, man, this sucks. Why am I going to keep going on with this? So I quit. I quit going to practice. So one day, about a week later, my mom comes from home early from work, and she sees me at home. She asks me, what are you doing at home? And I was like, well, school's out. She's like, well, what about football? I was like, what about football? She's like, I thought you really liked playing football. I thought you were on the football team. Oh, I was. What happened? Did they kick you out? My mom couldn't understand what was going on, so I finally told her, look, I'm not starting. What was the point? And so she looked at me and she was like, what? You mean you quit because you're not starting? I was like, yeah. She's like, Rolando, do you know what's going on? Well, no, but I should start. She's like, how do you expect to start if you don't even know your own position? If you don't know what you're supposed to do? How do you expect to start if you don't know what's going on? Think about it. If you're a coach and you put in a kid that doesn't know what he's doing, that's going to be bad for the team. You're going to lose. She's like, so how do you expect to get that done if you don't have the knowledge or if you don't have the know-how or you haven't put in your time to learn? And, she's like, go back and try it. So I was like, okay. So nearly chastened by mother, I went back, to football practice with the tail between my legs. And humbled because she was right. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't put in my time, but yet I wanted to be a starter without knowing what was going on, I wanted the reward without the work. I didn't want to do it, I just wanted it. So, I stuck around. I went to practice every day, even though it wasn't starting, and then went like that. Halfway through the year, halfway through the season, the kid moved out, and I became a starter. But then, I knew what was going on. I knew what was expected of me. I knew what my position needed to do. And I'm glad I stuck with it, because then I went on to play, high school and a few other things with football. So it became a great part of my life, a great part of learning. But it was all because I just went out and did it. And I put in my time. I learned the ropes. I learned what was supposed to happen. Had it been up to me and just gone and quit, who knows? My life might be completely different right now if my mom had not talked to me. So that's the way it is with our goals in life. Sometimes we just want the reward. We don't want to put in the work. We don't want to put in the time. We don't, we just want to do it and get there. Well, I started today. Next week I want the corner office. Without having put in the time, the effort, or anything, right? That's not the way it works, especially with our goals. And our goals are so personal and different that we really need to just do it and work on them. Put in the time with them. Even if it's 1,000 steps, we need to get it done. So just keep that in mind. When things get hard, just keep going at it. That's when we should be doing it the best. Or we should keep going at it. Not exactly the best, but don't give up. So, once again, my name is Rolando Faro. Thanks for joining me. Let me know in the comments what you've gone through. What are some of the things that you face that you're like, man, this sucks, I want to quit. I'd love to hear it. And once again, subscribe. Alright, well, you guys have a good one, and we'll talk again next time. Take care. Bye.